We are doing a homeschool curriculum unboxing in today's video. I have got my knife in hand. Don't laugh at me. These packages are no joke. Today's video is in partnership with The Good and the Beautiful. If you have been around my channel for a while, you will know that this last year was our very first year using anything homeschool from The Good and the Beautiful. And today I am partnering with them to bring you this homeschool curriculum video for our 2021-2022 homeschool year. Now I want to preface this with saying, before we get all crazy about homeschool curriculum, I know it's the trending thing right now. I know we haven't even finished out this school year. So I want you to take a deep breath. I do not want you to feel overwhelmed. I do not want you to feel like you have to have it all figured out, okay? These are items that I know we are using in our home. Nothing is going to change with this. These homeschool curriculum items from The Good and the Beautiful that I'm sharing with you today are not going anywhere. These pieces are pieces we used last year, and I know they are staying for the upcoming homeschool year. So please, in the midst of all the homeschool curriculum chaos that can be so incredibly overwhelming, and trust me, I can relate, I can feel you on all of it. These are pieces I'm sharing with you simply because I know they are staying. This is not something that I'm coming out of the gate saying I have it all figured out yet, because I do not. I do not have all of our homeschool curriculum figured out for the upcoming homeschool year, but these pieces are staying. That is what I'm sharing with you for today's video. If you want to see the homeschool curriculum picks that we have and an unboxing of these items that I love and that will be sticking around in our homeschool for the upcoming homeschool year from The Good and the Beautiful, stay tuned for today's video. In case you are new here, I want you to know I'm a stay-at-home homeschooling mom of 3 boys. I have now, he is 13. I have a 13-year-old, I have an 11-year-old, and I have an 8-year-old. I want you to know I have been homeschooling our boys going on our 9th year. The 2021-2022 homeschool year will be our 9th year, and it's crazy to even say that. This will be our 9th year homeschooling. I have been a homeschool mom. I have been a homeschool mom for almost 9 years. That is insane to me. Let me share with you what I have for our upcoming homeschool year. The first box, I have 3 boxes of goods that I'm sharing with you. And these boxes are no joke. If you've ever purchased from The Good and the Beautiful before, you will know that they mean business when they package their items. So that is why I have my knife in hand. That might scare some of you, especially because I talk with my hands, but let's get these packages opened. Package number 1. You see what I'm talking about? Look at this. Look at this bubble wrap. I am so excited for this. This is the Language Arts Level 5. This will be for my upcoming 6th grader. Now you might ask yourself, why am I using Level 5 from The Good and the Beautiful with a 6th grader? That doesn't make sense. If you're not familiar with how The Good and the Beautiful works, they go by levels, not necessarily grades. And so since this was our first year last year using The Good and the Beautiful, my kids kind of needed some refreshing on specific topics. We went a level down for each of my boys. And so you will see that as I'm doing this unboxing. Don't let that confuse you. They are very advanced and very thorough in what they are teaching our children. And so some of the concepts my kids were learning, they needed to be refreshed on. So that is why we went down 1 level. Again, this is the Level 5 Language Arts from The Good and the Beautiful, and it looks beautiful. That was box 1. Look at that. Can you hear the motorcycle? My boys always seem to fire up their motorcycles when I'm filming. They are gonna have a heyday with all this bubble wrap. Now I want to tell you something really quick. I want you to stay around with me all the way to the very end, because at the end I want to share with you my heart on homeschool curriculum and what I think and feel about it right now in this season. And so I just want to remind you not to be a slave to the curriculum. Use the curriculum as your spine and flow from there, okay? I kind of have some words that are on my heart that I want to share at the very end of this. So stay tuned. Another big package I need to cut open. This is the Level 2 Language Arts from The Good and the Beautiful. This will be for my incoming 3rd grader. So he is doing Level 1 right now. He just finished his Level 1 Language Arts from The Good and the Beautiful and just finished his Math 2 as well. So we are just pulling in kind of some fun enrichment things to get him through until his brothers finish up as well. And then we figure out all the rest of our plans for the upcoming homeschool year. But This looks absolutely beautiful. And I'm going to share more grade specific videos here in the future as well, where once I figure it all out, where I break up grade levels for you. So I'll share with you my 8th grade curriculum haul. I will share with you a 6th grade curriculum haul, and then also what I plan on using for my 3rd graders. So click that red subscribe button if you have not already. I will break everything down by subject and grade level for you. This is just a quick unboxing, show you what I've got, and let me sort through everything as I figure out what I'm going to be doing in our homeschool as well. Language Arts and Literature Level 7. This is the course book. And then we have a daily checklist. Check everything off as they complete it. That's a really cool thing, a really cool daily checklist that might actually help my kids like carrying some of that responsibility as well. And then right here we have the course companion, as well as the favorite classics reader for level 7 from The Good and the Beautiful. We're getting there, guys. We're getting there. This is my absolute favorite. I love this. I love unboxing new homeschool curriculum. This is something I'm so stinking excited about. This is their Geology unit study. Geology from The Good and the Beautiful. Rocks and Minerals Kit. This is a unit study and it's going to be so awesome. I have not used a single unit study from The Good and the Beautiful up to this point. If you've been here a while, you will know that I love the Gather Round Homeschool Curriculum unit studies from Rebecca Spooner. We use those as an added supplement in our homeschool. It's not our spine. And so these are things that we are just going to pour out into. Like we're gonna cover so much and we're gonna go anywhere and everywhere with it. And so as I'm sharing with you our core subjects, right? Our language, which I just showed you, and then another fun unit study that we're going to be adding. And then I'm gonna share with you read alouds and all of the things because I love it and I'm excited, and this is a fresh start for all of us homeschool moms. Like we are nearing the end of this past homeschool year. We're not done yet, right? We're gonna sail right through. These are the books that go with the Rocks and Minerals unit study from The Good and the Beautiful. And then I also have handwriting. So we used The Good and the Beautiful handwriting with my 2nd grader this last year. He wanted to continue, so that is what we are doing. I have 2 of the level 3. This is where they introduce cursive. So my 2 older boys, we've kind of toyed around with cursive handwriting a little bit, but nothing crazy. And I asked them if they were interested. They said yes. And so this will just be something fun and new and different in our homeschool. Next item I want to share with you that we will be using in our homeschool is the unit study from The Good and the Beautiful. This is all about ecosystems. So this is a K through 8 science unit study. This is something that I'm so excited to do with my boys. We've touched briefly on different ecosystems and things of that sort, but I'm excited to dive into this unit study with them. There's also a fun book that comes with this as well, Ecosystems in Your Backyard. Again, like I just mentioned, I have not done any of the unit studies from The Good and Beautiful up to this point. So this will be our first adventure. The next items I want to share with you are something I am so excited about. I know I keep saying that, but you guys, I used to do this with my oldest when he was in kindergarten. I'm talking about creative writing. I used to let my oldest just sit with a notebook and we would go sit outside and he would write up different stories. I would ask him to write 3 sentences or write 4 sentences. Tell me about your weekend. Tell me something fun you did. I just wanted him to practice free writing. And that's something we have not done since then. I don't do that with my kids anymore and I miss it so much. And I found his notebook from kindergarten and it melted my heart, and it is something I am going to keep for absolutely forever. I love it. I love his stories. I love the things he wrote about. Like his heart just sings through every single page that he had written on. So I decided this upcoming homeschool year, we might even start it like currently in the season that we're in. I want to do creative writing, and The Good and the Beautiful has creative writing notebooks. So these are going to be perfect. I got one for each of my boys. My youngest is going to be doing notebook 1, and then I got notebook 2 for each of my older 2 boys. You can check out The Good and the Beautiful's website if you want to see samples on the inside of these books, but they are beautiful and they give them different prompts and different things to help get their mind going and flowing and thinking about what they can write about in their 5 senses, and they're absolutely beautiful. I have some read alouds that I want to share with you real quick from The Good and the Beautiful. We have got Just David. This is one that I think both of my older boys are going to love to read. We have Cherokee Run from The Good and the Beautiful. We have got A Yard for John because my kids are all about dogs. So I know they are going to love these books as well. We also got Black Hawk. This will be great for my older two boys as well. I've got another one for my youngest. This is Kidlick's Kayak. I have Baldy and American Eagle, as well as A Wolf in the North Woods. And these are books that honestly all of my boys can read. They all are from the Good and the Beautiful library. You can go check them out for yourself if there are any of these titles that you are interested in. I love having read-alouds, good solid sound read-alouds in our home. I am sharing with you now history. This is the History Year 3 course pack from the Good and the Beautiful. This will be our very first year using the Good and the Beautiful history. There's a backstory to this. I'm excited to dive into these items and get a better look and feel for things and just start crossing off things on our list for the upcoming homeschool year. I'm looking forward to sitting down now that I've unboxed all of this curriculum. I want to sit down, I want to flip through things, I want to look at what I've got in front of me. I want to begin the process of laying out our homeschool year for the upcoming year. And now, like I said at the very beginning of this, my biggest piece of advice to you, as all the homeschool curriculum flood, as the gates have opened on curriculum, right? We all know the floodgates have opened and it is that time of year. These items are pieces I knew I was going to be getting anyway. And so these are items that I wanted to get my hands on prior to the rush of homeschool moms, because I know last year it was hard to get items. If I waited until the end of July, the beginning of August, some of the items we were not getting until the beginning of October. And so it's very much a real thing if you can. If you know what you want to use, get your hands on it early. But I want to remind you, you do not need to know anything right now. There is nothing you need to plan out in advance. If you do not have a clue what you're doing next year, right now, that's okay. Don't let this video stress or overwhelm you or make you feel like you're not prepared or make you feel like you're behind, because mama, you are not behind. You are right where you need to be. These are pieces I knew I wanted in our homeschool, so I got my hands on them while they were available. That is the whole point and purpose behind this video. These are things I knew that I wanted. So please do not feel stressed or overwhelmed. I've been getting so many questions from new homeschool moms. When do I need to start picking out my homeschool curriculum? Do I need to know what I want right now? And the answer to that is no. If you know what you want, if you know what you want to use, purchase it now if you have the means to. If not, don't worry about it. It's not going anywhere. It will be there for you when you are ready to make that purchase. I want to touch briefly on the concept of freedom in our homeschool, the flexibility in our homeschool. Use your homeschool curriculum as a tool, as a resource, but don't stop there. Don't let it stop there. Don't think that the learning stops when the books are closed, and don't think that the only way there is learning happening is if there's a book opened, because that is the biggest lie. Do not be a slave to all the things you purchase. Do not think that's the only way, okay? I want to remind you of that because I know it can be so incredibly overwhelming, and I'm speaking from experience on this because I'm guilty of all of it. I'm guilty of following everything to a T and thinking that's the only way, and then when I mess up or when I get behind, I've failed. Don't fall into that trap. Don't fall into that lie. Use it as a tool, as a resource in your home, the way that it suits you. There are items here that we are going to modify and adjust and tweak to fit our homeschool, because that's what we do here. If you've been here any length of time, I talk so much about flexibility and freedom. You are free to use the resources and the curriculum that you purchase in your home how you see fit. You don't have to do every page. You don't have to do every math problem. You don't have to use the history exactly how it tells you to use history. It is a tool. It is a resource. You do not have to have it all figured out now. And then once you do get it, you don't have to follow it exactly as they say. Be free in your homeschool journey. I just want to remind you of all of those things as we are closing out a homeschool year. Not yet, we still got a few months, but as we are nearing the end of our homeschool year, and just it feels like everything's being flooded with homeschool curriculum, and I talk about it a lot on here because you all are asking for it. And so that is why I'm sharing today's video with you, because I knew it was pieces that I wanted, but I also wanted to let you know, hold up, don't feel behind, don't feel stressed, don't feel pressure to know what you need for next year right now. Do not feel that pressure. Take your time deciding what you want in your homeschool. Pray about your decisions and do what you feel is right for your home and your homeschool. because that is all that matters. I thank you so much for being here for today's video. I want to thank The Good and the Beautiful one last time for partnering with me in today's video. I am so incredibly excited for all that is to come in this upcoming homeschool year. If not already, I would love it if you would click that red subscribe button. I share all things homeschool, motherhood, lifestyle here on my channel. That includes DIYs and all things in between. So if any of that interests you, click that red subscribe button. If you're new here, say hello down below and let me know in the comment section down below what homeschooling looks like in your home. Are you year-round homeschoolers? Do you do 6 weeks on, 1 week off? Like, what is your homeschool schedule? I'm so curious to know. Let me know in the comment section. I'll see you next time. Bye.